Martin, the umpire of our opening race, gets them underway. This is the first of the 23 finals here at Henley Royal Regatta, the Prince Albert and the all-important start. Newcastle University thrashing away pretty effectively nearest to Temple Island on the right of your picture, and they've just nudged ahead. But Imperial College London very much in the frame at this early stage, all about making no errors, making sure they get away cleanly, and they've both done that, and both boats here know they're right in it.
Yeah, Sport Imperial and that yellow boat, they had a fantastic race yesterday. They just rode away from the Durham A boat, and both these crews got dispatched. Durham, University Durham A, Durham B, Newcastle Durham B, they beat. And the guys we're looking at the moment, they raced Durham A, and we just saw this long, loose rhythm in the yellow boat get them out and push them away. Newcastle, a bit higher, bit stronger, stabbier with their stroke, but moving their boat sweetly as well.
So in the yellow boat, Imperial College London off the Berkshire station have taken an early lead here, but not by much. Spare a thought for the two Durham boats, the Durham A and Durham B boat, who will be watching this race thinking, could have been us. Both knocked out at the semi-final stages yesterday by these two boats. And for Newcastle University, a lot to prove, because last year Newcastle lost to Edinburgh University in the final by a length. So in the Cox Fours, the Prince Albert, Newcastle University wants to try and make amends for last year.
Yeah, I think we commentated on that race. It was the last race of the regatta. This is the first race of the regatta on this occasion, and Sport Imperial, as I suspected, have got out well, long and loose there. They really do have a beautiful technique that they're using. Their captain there, the bowman we're looking at, Ollie Haynes, he felt that he was pleased with yesterday's performance but didn't want to jinx today's final and predict any results, but they've come out, they've taken their long, loose rhythm, and they're pressing away.
Just having a look at that Imperial College London boat, who have got the advantage here. They look pretty calm as things stand. And
I've just noticed they've just equalled the record to the barrier, Tim, and that's the Newcastle University's record, the crew they are racing, but they have just equalled it, 1:57 to the barrier. It is quick times as we expected. Can Newcastle University come back? Will there be a star on that 1:57, saying the losing crew was in the lead at the time?
Exactly as we anticipated then. Fast time laid down by Imperial College London A in the first few hundred metres of the Prince Albert Challenge Cup. Past the first marker, the barrier, that's 600 metres, then on to Forley they head, 1,100 metres. Be interesting to see if they're still in record contention at that point. But that lead boat, Christopher Owl, the Cox, will know it's quick. How carefully can they monitor the speed of the race? Do you think he'll be aware of the fact? He won't be aware it's a record, that's for sure, but he'll be aware that it's a speedy race.
Yeah, the coxswain and in fact the stroke man as well of both boats will have some feedback. That little yellow box we saw by the feet of the stroke man there, we're on the right hand side, that gives him both the rate and the speed, and they'll have a good idea of the speeds they're going. And you know, this race is where we need to start getting into the rhythm long. We've talked about this course being a longer course, 2,112 metres, and then we continue to go very, very fast. 3 minutes 18 seconds again. They have beaten the record to the Forley marker. That's the fastest the crew has ever gone in this event. Sport Imperial here, they are setting a blazing pace, but look, Newcastle, they're staying with them.
1,100 metres gone, and Newcastle for the first time have edged ahead now. They've taken the initiative. There's Remenham Club in the background, and that's pretty much the halfway marker, and Newcastle have paced it very nicely. They've let Imperial College take them along, and they've hung on there in the first half of the race, and now, even though it's a record-paced race, the boat that was trailing in the first half has now got getting off a half a length lead in the second half of the race.
Newcastle have made a massive move there, Tim. That's really exciting. Early stages of this race still, but you know, William Stewart, the stroke man of that boat, he's talked about stepping out of the shadow of his brother George Stewart and getting under 23 honours, and he has driven his crew to a massive move there. And look at that, the boat is running so sweetly.
Certainly is. There's no issues with the water this morning. There is a bit of a wind, as we've been talking about. It's sunny, there's no issue with the temperature, very comfortable temperatures for these athletes today. But Newcastle have really put on a surge there mid-race. It was absolutely in the middle of the race where they made their move, and that shifted them from half a length down to now 3/4 of a length up on Imperial College London. So this is potential for a retribution from last year when Newcastle University lost out to Edinburgh by a length in the final. But this race is far from sorted out yet. There's a lot more rowing to be done here as they go in front of the grandstands. Newcastle at the moment looking strong and looking good, but I'll have to wait and see whether they can hold on for the final few hundred metres of the race.
Yeah, look at it here. There they are on the Buckingham Station in the middle of the river. The stands are beginning to fill out, and Newcastle, that move, they've got themselves, but they haven't broken away. And Sporting Imperial can see now they've just lifted their rate of climbing, but their blade work perhaps a tiny bit less together than we saw. That rhythm a little bit less long. This race is going to go all the way to the wire. These crews are being pushed down the river by this tailwind. Is Sporting Imperial going to run out of water? Is Newcastle, is that move going to prove decisive?
I think it will. Here come Newcastle now in front of Stewards, up to a length in the lead. Newcastle University heading for victory against Imperial College London in the Prince Albert Challenge Cup, our opening final of 2017 finals day. And here come Newcastle University, a magnificent move mid-race, and they come home. Look at the celebrations from the Newcastle Cox. Alexander Turner there, immediately out of his seat, and absolutely ecstatic scenes for Newcastle University. Lost in the final last year by a length, win in the final this year by a length. Terrific performance from them. So the celebrations, Newcastle University, they've strained every sinew, they've absolutely expended every ounce of energy, but that was such a quick race, and in the first half Imperial College would have been really happy with how it settled down.
Yeah, you looked at it, they got out that long loose rhythm we talked about, but that decisive both, that brave work move that Newcastle University, it just proved decisive. Amazing work from these 5 men, and you can hear the screens, they're delighted.
And I'm told it is a record time, 6:48.
That's incredible, 6 seconds off the record, Tim.
That's a huge chunk, isn't it?
It really is. We are going to see some Scorchio times, and I know for Steve Redgrave he's worried about his pairs record, so let's see what happens there.
Yes, I can just see him darting into a tent now, I think, and he'll be even more nervous after that opening race.